Okay, I'm gonna give you fuckers a little tutorial on the lifestyles of a plant. So a plant will become many different things, okay? If it's super in abundance, there's way too much of it in a freaking single area and it's not gonna get enough sunlight and water individually, it becomes a grass blade, okay? And there'll be a ton of these grass blades everywhere. When it gets a little bit more sunlight and water that it needs, hold on, I'll be over there in a second. Okay, it becomes a dandelion. There's several different kinds of dandelions because there's several different types of flowers, just like there's several different types of blades of grass because there's several different types of flowers. Most of these flowers come from the rainforest, so here they don't get enough sun and water, so they become dandelions, okay? These are poppies. These are poppies, all right? And so the more sun and water they get, you know, individually, the more poppy-like they'll become. This isn't the right climate for poppies, okay? But somebody just happened to put a bunch of poppy seeds out there, and so, see, here we go. See, these are looking even more like poppies and less like dandelions, okay? Now, in addition to that, what I have done is I have taken a Venus flytrap and I inserted it into the dandelion and then buried it under the ground. This was 5 years ago, and so it has worked its way into the happenings of these plants, and it, since it eats insects, it appears itself a little bit differently. Okay, now these flower buds, and if you ever look at a Venus flytrap, you'll see how it resembles this right here, and it's closed its flower buds up because it has an insect in there. Sorry, I've been gardening today, but see how he's kind of trembling because he sees me, he knows me. He grows along all sorts of different ways and shit. So the flower bud right here, in his case, is acidic, all right? And the reason it's so small is he's only trying to hunt insects. That's what's inside here. That's why it's closed up. Is an insect is in here, and now it's gonna turn black, like, and look as though it's dead. But what it really means is that it's just metabolizing the insect that it is trapped in there, you know, with its acidic petals. Now, if it was trying to, you know, like metabolize something larger, it would have a larger flower. But it's not. It just wants many insects, okay? And so it will have, if it has any roots at all, it'll have very little root because it doesn't need roots because it gets its nutrients from the insects versus these poppies, which have very large roots, okay? So the plants that I carry around are clippings of various parts of the Venus flytrap mixed with different flowers that has, you know, like seeded its way through this block over the past 5 years. And most of the time I take the like older stuff or whatever, you know, and then I stuff it all together and I make it become something new. I don't really need to go into any other explanation except to say that please don't ever insinuate that I would ever abuse a plant, because I know more about plants than anybody knows about plants. I can tell you things about plants, like these are my strawberries that somebody just decided to cut down, you know. The reason that you gotta have grass growing in order for strawberries to grow is they're strawberries, you know. Anyways. Okay, these poppies, now these are getting bigger and bigger. Yeah.